A successful day for the Cowboys and Mike Gundy here at Boone Pickens Stadium. I'm Barry Tramel along with OSU writer Gina Mizell. We're on Saturday. The Cowboys beat Iowa State 31-10. Mike Gundy becomes the OSU coaching career victory record holder, and the Cowboys win in dominating fashion. Offense was good enough, defense was dominant.
Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of people are going to look at J.W. Walsh's performance, and rightfully so, as kind of a bounce-back game for him. He was great today, both running and throwing the football, but really the defense is what paced this game and this team, Oklahoma State. They gave up a touchdown on the first drive of the game, a 75-yard drive for Iowa State, and then gave up a field goal in the first quarter. Nothing else after that. 11 straight stops for the defense. They forced 2 turnovers, which is something they haven't done this year. Just forced a lot of 3-and-outs, a lot of punts from Iowa State, and the Cyclone offense just really never got going after that. So, yes, J.W. Walsh performed well, and like you said, the offense performed well enough, but the defense is really the MVP of this game overall.
Well, the Cyclones even had to change quarterbacks in the fourth quarter, going from Jared Barnett to Steele Jans, who had started the season as the starter. Iowa State just ineffective all day long, and the Cowboys really played the good defense, didn't let Iowa State run the ball. The passing game was ineffective. Now on offense, Cowboys still not in complete sync. Injuries still mounting, receiver core down. The running game did not get really loose until a late 62-yard run by Joe Randall. But enough receivers stepped up. J.W. Walsh made enough throws that this offense put up the points.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. Mike Gundy, after the game, said that J.W. Walsh was average. Well, he had the 9th best passing output in Oklahoma State history. So if that's average, I guess Mike Gundy might be a little bit of a tough critic. But he did say he made about 8 to 10 mistakes in this game, which is too many for a freshman and too many for someone who runs this offense. But obviously he was better than he was against Kansas, where he just really struggled to throw the football down the field. And you wondered how this passing game was going to look without Tracy Moore and Isaiah Anderson, who both missed the game with injury. But Charlie Moore had another great game. He had a 74-yard touchdown catch and run down the sideline, and Josh Stewart led the team in catches and nearly got 100 yards, and Blake Jackson also played well as well. So they almost had 3 guys go over 100 yards receiving. So obviously the receiving core is depleted. It's not as healthy as it was at the start of the year, but at least today they had enough guys step up that they needed.
So the season looks a little better for the Cowboys. They're 4-2, 2-1 in the Big 12, and with TCU coming in Saturday, Cowboys are actually staying in the race at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, just with how crazy this Big 12 race has been, every game from here on out, it's going to be a tough game. And honestly, I think every game from here on out is a game that the Cowboys could lose and also a game that the Cowboys could win. And so I think this TCU game coming up obviously is a winnable game for these Cowboys before they then go on the road to Manhattan to take on Kansas State, which is obviously going to be a very, very tough game. But it's funny how everything seems to change each week. It's like the team's down, the team's up, the team's down. Now we're starting to see an upswing. So I'll be curious to see how they respond. But after a very lackluster performance in Lawrence, this was a great response tonight for this Oklahoma State team.
And so the Cowboys win at 31-10. Stay tuned for further OSU football coverage here on News OK and every day in the Oklahoman.